Now, the next topic is tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Government get the income from the taxes and from other without taxes. What is the meaning of tax revenue? Tax revenue is the income of the government which is a compulsory payment by the individuals and by the companies. Tax receipts are spent by the government for common benefit of the people in a country. A taxpayer cannot expect any other benefit from the government for the tax payment. So there are two types of taxes. One is a direct tax and another is a indirect tax. What is the meaning of direct tax? Direct tax are those tax whom it is to be imposed. That person is to pay that tax. The burden cannot be shifted to the other person. That is called the direct tax. Like income tax, like wealth tax, these are known as direct tax. And indirect taxes are those tax the burden can be shifted to the others. These taxes mainly for the consumption expenditure. Indirect taxes are mainly for the consumption expenditure, and the burden can be shifted to the other person whom it is to be imposed. Other person is to pay the tax that is known as indirect tax. So, what is direct tax and what is indirect tax? The burden can be shifted to the other person of direct tax, and burden cannot be shifted to the other person. That is called the indirect. Now, what is the difference between the direct tax and the indirect tax? The difference between the direct and indirect tax is, the first is impact. The first difference is impact. In case of direct tax, the impact on the individual and the companies. And in case of indirect taxes, it is imposed on the goods and services. It is imposed on the goods and services, and direct tax is imposed on the wealth and the income of the company or the individual. The second is shift the burden. Shift of burden. Direct tax burden cannot be shifted to the other person, but indirect tax burden can be shifted to the other person. Third is nature. Third is nature. They are generally progressive nature. They are generally progressive. Direct tax are generally progressive nature, and indirect taxes are generally proportionately nature. And fourth is coverage. Fourth is coverage. They have limited reach as they do not reach all the section of the society, but indirect tax are reach all the section of the society. So these are the difference between the direct tax and the indirect tax: impact, shifting of burden, nature, and the coverage. Next, some items related to the taxes. The first is a corporate tax. The first item is a corporation tax. Corporation tax. What is corporation tax? Corporation tax is imposed on the firms. Firms की income. It is imposed on the income of the firm. Which type of corporation tax is? The corporation tax is a direct tax. Corporation tax is a direct tax. Next is value added tax. Value added tax. The burden can be shifted to the other so that it is indirect tax. It is direct tax. It is indirect tax. GST, goods and services tax, it is also indirect tax. It is also indirect tax. And service tax. Service tax is also shifted to the other person, so it is also known as indirect tax. Fifth is excise duty. Excise duty is the indirect tax. Excise duty is a indirect tax. Income tax. The burden cannot be shifted to the other, so this is called the direct tax. Income tax is a direct tax. Next is sale tax. Sale tax is also a indirect tax. So, how you can find out that some taxes are direct and the indirect taxes? Indirect taxes imposed on the individual or a company for their income, for their property and their income. But indirect tax is mainly used for the consumption expenditure for goods and services, that is known as indirect taxes. So we are taking some examples here, which is a direct tax and which is a indirect tax. The next topic. Now, some non-tax revenue income of the government. Non-tax revenue income means it is their receipt of the government from all sources other than those of tax receipts. Other than the tax income is known as the non-tax income of the government. In different ways, government gives some money. The first is the interest. Some government gives the loan to the RBI, to the commercial banks. From that loan, government get the interest, that is the income of the government. This income is known as non-tax revenue income. Second is profit and dividend. Some public enterprise are run by the government, so there is a profit of the government, and from the public enterprise, government buys the shares from the other company also, so that government get the dividend. So profit and dividend is also the income of the government. Fee. What is fee? Fee is a charges imposed by the government to cover the cost of recurring services provided by it. Such services are generally public interest. For this interest, government takes some amount, fee is paid to the government. This fee is the income of the government. License fee. License fee is also the income of the government. It is a payment charged by the government to grant permission for something. The license fee is a grant permission for something. For that, government charge some fee. This is also the non-tax income of the government. Fines and penalty. Fine and penalty, sometimes people not follow the rules and regulation. They break up the rules. So government impose a fine and penalty in the economic way, in the monetary form. So this monetary income is also known as a non-tax revenue income of the government. Estate is sometimes there is no legal representative of a property. If there is no legal representative of a property, then government acquire that property. The income of that property is to the government. So that is also known as non-tax revenue income of the government. gift and grants. Gift and grants, government received gift and grants from the foreign government and the international organization. That income is also known as a revenue income. Special assessment. Special assessment means sometimes government do the developmental expenses. For the developmental expenses, the value of the property is increased, then government charge some developmental charges from the person whom the property is there. So this is called the special assessment. That income is also known as non-tax revenue income of the government. So government get different types of income other than the tax revenue income. This is known as non-tax revenue income of the government. In case of revenue receipts, neither create any liabilities nor reduction in any assets. Both the conditions are satisfied in revenue receipts. But in case of capital receipts, either create any liabilities or reduction in asset. Only one condition is satisfied. Only one condition is satisfied. Either create any liability. Either created liability means whenever borrowing the money, if government borrow the money from the public, in future government has to pay this amount, so it creates the liabilities for the government. And reduction of asset, we taking the example sale of asset. Sale of asset, it's reduce the assets of the government, so it is a capital receipts. It increase the receipts of the government because from here there is a reduction of the asset. So whenever there is a capital receipts, then either create any liability for the government or reduction in the assets of the government. That is known as capital receipts. Only one condition is satisfied, but in case of revenue receipts, both the conditions are satisfied. Now, some sources of capital receipts. The first source is borrowings. Government can borrow the money from the RBI, from international organization, from open market operation, from the public. All these receipts is known as capital receipts because it creates the liabilities for the government. Second is recovery of loan. Recovery of loan, it reduction in the assets of the government, so it is also known as capital receipts. What is the meaning of disinvestment? Disinvestment means whenever the public sector enterprise sell their share to the private enterprise. So here is reduction in the assets of the government. It is also known as capital receipts. Small saving is also known as capital receipts of the government. Now, what is the difference between the revenue receipts and the capital receipts? The first is meaning. Meaning is clear. Revenue receipts neither create any liability nor reduction any assets of the government. And capital receipts either create any liability or reduction in the assets of the government. It is a permanent nature. Revenue, most of the income of the government is received from the revenue nature. So it is a permanent, regular nature, and capital receipts are irregular nature. Future obligations. For the revenue receipts, there is no liability for the government. He will be paying the future. But for the capital receipts, government will pay for the future. What are the examples? Tax income and non-tax income, fee, license fee, special assessment, gift and grants. these are the examples of the revenue receipts. And the example of the capital receipts: borrowings, recovery of loan, disinvestment, small saving. These are the examples of the capital receipts. Now, some items categorized as revenue and the capital receipts. Here some example is given. Please tell which is a revenue receipts and which is a capital receipt. The first is loan from the World Bank. Whenever the government takes a loan from the World Bank, it creates a liability for the government. If it is create the liability for the government, that is known as capital receipts. That is known as capital receipts. Corporation tax. Corporation tax neither create the liability for the government. That is known as revenue receipts. That is known as revenue receipts. Grants received from the World Bank. Grants, any grants is received from the World Bank, that is known as the revenue receipts. Because it neither create any liability for the government. Profit of public sector undertaking. Sometimes here written as profit of public sector undertaking, that is known as our revenue receipts. It also not create the liability for the government, so it is a revenue receipts. Sale of the public sector undertaking, sometimes it is written as disinvestment, sometimes it is written as sale of public sector share also. So, sale of public sector share, reduction in the assets of the government, so it is known as capital receipts. It is known as capital receipts. Foreign aids against earthquake victim, foreign aids is known as revenue receipts. Any grants, any aids is given by the other countries is known as revenue receipts. Dividend on investment is also a revenue receipts. Borrowing from public is a capital receipts. Fee of government college is a revenue receipts. Recovery of loan is a capital receipts because it is a reduction in the assets of the government. Interest received from loan, it is known as revenue receipts. Tax receipt, all the tax income which is received by the government is known as revenue receipts. So, how we can categorize this is revenue receipts or a capital receipts on the basis of creation of assets and the liability we judge this is a capital receipts or a revenue. Now we are talking about the budget expenditure. What is expenditure? Budget expenditure refers to the estimated expenditure of the government during a given period of time. Budget expenditure is an estimated expenditure of the government during a given period of time. Such type of expenditure is divided into two parts. One is a revenue expenditure and second is a capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure means neither create any assets or reduction in liability of the government. And capital expenditure means either create an assets or reduction in the liability of the government. So this is called the capital expenditure. First of all, we will talk about the revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure neither create an asset nor reduction in any liability of the government. It is a recurring in nature. It is a, the first is, it is a recurring in nature. Second is, it is incurred on normal functioning of the government. It is encouraged on normal functioning of the government. Third is, some examples we will take here, like salary, pension, interest, salary, pension, interest. These are the example of the revenue expenditure by the government. So, revenue expenditure neither create an asset or no reduction in the liability for the government. It must be noted that union grant to state are treated as a revenue expenditure. Even some of the grants may be used for creation of assets. Union grants to state is known as revenue expenditure. Now, next is a capital expenditure. Capital expenditure, it is non-recurring in nature. It is non-recurring in nature. These expenditure is done by the government for the development productivity purpose के लिए जो है वो expenses किए जाते हैं. These it additions add to the capital stock. It addition to the capital stock, or it is done for the productive purpose. It increase the productive capacity of the firm. Third is loan to the state. Example, loan to the state expenditure on buildings, flyover, expenditure on buildings, flyover. These are the examples of the capital expenditure. So, capital expenditure are those expenditure which either create an assets of the government or the reduction in the liability of the government. These are known as capital expenditure. So, here the difference between the capital expenditure and the revenue expenditure is, first is meaning. Difference between revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. The first difference is meaning. Meaning, you know, revenue expenditure are those expenditure which neither create the assets nor reduction in the liability. But capital expenditure either create the asset or reduction in the liability. Now, what is the difference between revenue expenditure and the capital expenditure? First is meaning. Revenue expenditure neither create an assets nor reduction in the liabilities of the government. But capital expenditure either create assets or reduction in the liability of the government. Purpose. What is the purpose of revenue expenditure? The purpose of revenue expenditure is, it is for the normal running of the it is the purpose of normal running of the government departments. And capital expenditure, it is incurred mainly for acquisition of assets and granted of loan and the advances. Third is nature. It is recurring in nature as expenditure of day to day. And capital expenditure is non-recurring expenditure. Example of revenue expenditure is salary, pension, interest. And the capital expenditure is loan to state, expenditure on building and the flight. Now, different items are given here. Items categorized as is a revenue expenditure or a capital expenditure. The first is a subsidies. What is subsidy? Subsidy is a revenue expenditure. Subsidy is a revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure means neither create any assets nor reduction in the liabilities of the government. Defense capital equipments. Capital equipments is assets of the government. So this is a capital expenditure. This is a capital expenditure. Grant given to the state. Grant given to the state government. This is a revenue expenditure. Construction of school buildings is a capital expenditure. Keep in mind what is the revenue expenditure and the capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure means neither create any assets nor reduction in the liabilities of the government. And capital expenditure either create the assets or reduction in the liability of the government. For the construction of school building, it creates the assets for the government, so it is a capital expenditure. Capital expenditure incurred on administrative and defense services. These are known as revenue expenditure. And repayment of loan, liability is reduced, so it is known as capital expenditure. Expenditure on building a bridge, it is also a capital expenditure, create the assets. Payment of salary of a staff of government hospital, that is called the any salary paid for the services is known as revenue expenditure. Amount borrowed from USA repaid, liability is reduced, so that it is a capital expenditure. Expenditure on collection of taxes, that is called the revenue expenditure. Expenditure on purchase of computer, that is called the capital expenditure. It creates the assets, capital expenditure. Expenditure on scholarship. Expenditure on scholarship is a revenue expenditure. So, these are some examples of revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Keep in your mind, revenue expenditure means neither create any assets nor reduction in the liabilities of the government. And the capital expenditure either create the assets or reduction in the liability of the government. So, these are some examples. We can verify, is it revenue expenditure or a capital expenditure. Now, some planned and non-planned expenditure by the government. Which are the planned expenditure? Planned expenditure is already planned for current 5-year plans. That is called a planned expenditure. Planned expenditure refers to the expenditure that is incurred on the program detailed in the current 5-year plan, which is already decided in current 5-year plan how much we have to spend our money. That is called a planned expenditure. Planned expenditure is planned for current 5-year plan. It is a program already planned for current 5-year plan. That is known as planned expenditure. For example, for the transport, energy, transport, communication, how much money is spent, that is already decided, that is known as planned expenditure. And non-planned expenditure is other than the expenditure which is not planned for the current 5-year plan. Not planned for current 5-year plan. It is routine expenditure. These are the routine expenditure. It is not planned for the current 5-year plan. That is called the non-planned expenditure. The example is non-planned expenditure for subsidies, salaries. These are called the non-planned expenditure. So, what is the difference between the planned and non-planned expenditure? Planned expenditure is already planned for the current 5-year plans. In 5 years, how much money you have to spend on different sector, in energy, in transport, in communication, that is your plan. So that this is known as a planned expenditure. And non-planned expenditure, which is not planned, these are the regular expenses. These are not planned for the current year. That is like subsidies, salaries, these are our non-planned expenditure. How you can justify it's a planned expenditure or a non-planned expenditure? How you can verify? The planned expenditure, if it is arise due to the planned proposal, the expenditure which is arise due to planned proposal. Already prepare planned proposal. Due to planned proposal, these expenses are arise, that is known as planned expenditure. And non-planned expenditure, it is out of the scope of government plan. It is out of the scope of government plan, not already planned. That is known as non-planned expenditure. So, what is the difference between planned expenditure and the non-planned expenditure?